Hello, welcome. How's it going? Let me know if we're good with sound. How is sound and quality? Hello, everyone. Who's here first? Let's see. And welcome on Facebook if you're joining there. Thank you very much. Who is here? Gem Seven Angel, welcome. I hadn't seen you in a while, Gem. How's it been going? This is going to be lit. Yes, it is, Jim. I'm glad you could foresee that. Santa Monica Loco, hey there, sis. What's up? This one is going to piss me off. You see, we go from lit to this is going to piss me off. Yes, it is Santa Monica Loco. Sorry, I cannot help how much that will because I'm right there. I'm right there with you. I am, sis. Okay. I understand. We have Odinga. Odinga, welcome. You showed back up. It must mean that we're treating you well. I'm glad. Nice to see you. Now, what are you saying? You're saying free top G. Are we still doing that, Odinga? Are we still doing that? Did you see where Greta got locked up over there? She's being gangsta over there for climate change. Did you see her getting locked up? Don't you feel okay? Before I get into the Santa Monica Loco, she's going to be pissed off. So I'm going to ease into this subject. Okay. Just let me kind of ease in. You know how I have to do that too? Because it's going to, yes, righteous indignation is absolutely warranted. But yeah, the free top G whole energy, inner Johns, it's weird. Everything has become so like ironic. I don't have another word. So you have the top G, he's locked up in Romania. And Greta was the one that made it happen because of a pizza box address. Okay? So that's a narrative. And then now Greta got locked up over in Switzerland, right? Where was she? I just saw her, she's like, just they're carrying her and she looks like she's smirking, like she's almost laughing, which I can almost imagine. This is becoming it's a weird like reality, okay? So you Odinga wants to free Top G. The whole Andrew Tate thing, we'll probably do more going down the rabbit hole of the manosphere. The manosphere and the women's sphere. I want to talk about both of those spheres again. We can talk about that and free the top G. That's going to factor in because I'm really surprised at the reaction to all of that. It's interesting, but I don't want to derail it into that. But yeah, and then Mish, well, hello, Mish. And it's always going to be somebody in the chatmosphere that says Madonna is a dude. It never fails, okay? So I should have known it. I didn't know it would come up so early in the show. But yes, okay. Shawnee. Hey, Shawnee. Welcome, Shawnee. Nice to see you, Jamie. Think Mira. Well, hello, Think Mira. Nice to see you. And Joseph, nice to see you. Greetings. Juan is here. Nice, Lady Di. Wow, hello. Tina's here. Yes. Good evening. Golden Amethyst, hello. How are you? Nice to see you here. And I am Dwayne this time is here. Hi, Dwayne. What's up? Susan, hi. Oh, Mercedes. Hola. Christine. Okay, things are sounding good. Hey, Patrice. Wendy, I hadn't seen you in a minute. Wendy, how's it going? Dana. Okay, good. I feel safe when Dana's here. Hey there, Sherry and Molly. Hey, Molly. What's up, Nancy and Christine? Yes. There you go. So Madonna is a dude and Greta is a little Nazi boy. I'm sorry. I'm laughing, but I'm not laughing. I'm crying inside. I'm crying inside. What did we sign up for this? I don't remember. I don't. Tell me where what do I need to do to rescind this contract? Derek, hello, back again. Welcome. We love to have return visits with you. Sean, what's up, Sean? Greta has you confused. Hey, welcome to the club. All right. Yeah, it's like a spirit of confusion with these people. But we don't have to, we can look at it as we're viewing a a very, very weird stage play. Right, Dave? Like a really weird, like what your weirdest uncle gave you tickets to this play on off Broadway, off in an alley. That's where we are. We went so deep in the alley off Broadway. That's the show we're looking at. Yes, the ghoul. It's like a ghoul show, right, Jenny? These ghouls. Paul Romano. Thank God for people like Paul that helps it go down easier, right? With a little laughter, just mix in a little. So yeah, so this is the thing. Hey, 420, what's up, 420? Yes, wag the dog all the way, all like every, as they say, you put it on 100. It's a wag the dog kind of issue that we're dealing with. But yeah, oh, Karen is here. Now I really feel safe. Hey, Karen. Dana says, we've got to laugh because if we don't, we go insane from the hypocrisy and BS. Yeah, that's a good point. I saw a repeat of that quote that if you find yourself as a well-adjusted person in such a sick society, just know that's not good. Okay, you're not on the right side of history. If you are well-adjusted right now to this culture, that's not where it's at. Okay, Karen's here. Hey, Karen, what's up? It's better than Mission Impossible, the original, and the Twilight Zone. There you are. We got intersectionality all up and through this reality in this dancery, right? In this dancery. Okay, look, I had to ease it. I want to go in. Look, I want to go in. So the spoon is coming out, or I want to go in so hard on Madonna. Okay, but this is the court of public opinion. Righteous indignation is welcomed. Okay, unleash it. We are going to do some spiritual warfare. All right, listen, Madonna. You have no idea. You have no idea who we are. This is the court of public opinion. And we, the people, are going to judge. Okay? We're going to judge the righteous, the judge, because the other judges have dropped the ball. So we need righteous indignation to judge what's happening. Okay, it's good to judge. See, the church taught us all that crap. And those people that go to church, all these fake Christians, you're not supposed to judge unless you be judged. Okay, everything taken out of context. So this is how we arrived at such a sick culture, because we haven't been judging it like we should have. Now we are way, way, way too late. We got a lot of catching up to do. Have you noticed? Too late, people. We dropped the ball. We dropped the ball. And now we are living in the clowniest clown show that has ever existed. If you don't believe me, just prove me wrong, okay? I'll drop the link if you think I'm way off course here. Need to be reeled in. Tenye is here. You know is popping when you see Tenye. Hey sis, what's up? Smooches. Yes, okay. We're living in a freak show. Freak show, baby, baby, on the dance floor. It's a freak show. Do you hear me? Every song you could imagine. This is every day. How are you well adjusted, Juan? Are you well adjusted right now? Who's well adjusted? Tell me, is that something to be well adjusted to this stuff? Darkitect, what's up? Sexy dark light. What's up, Darkitect? Yes, you're full of righteous indignation. Yes, we need it. We need the voices to cry out in this wilderness. You have full permission. These idiots have told you to shut up. They're trying to put mask mandates back. The Biden administration is currently doing something in the appeals process to rescind whatever they stopped with the mask mandates on US flights, okay? As if the aviation industry needs any more help. I wanted to say crashing and burning, but that's probably not. Never mind, okay? You can't even say imploding. Okay, wait a minute. Let me just see who's here. Who's here? I'm shut up for a minute. Get myself together. What's up, Angel? Now we got Angel in the house. Yes, I love. You guys have to know I love Angel Daniel. Let me tell you, Angel and his crew up there in New York, Nueva York, they are not going to be playing these games with the masks. Okay, they don't play these kind of mask games. Okay. So just know, not everybody up in these blue cities and states were playing these games from day one, from get-go, right, Angel? You tell them. You weren't doing all that. And you were letting the people know that's not what's happening here in New York City. We're not doing this. That's the King Kong of spoons. That's right. This is big spoon energy. Because we got to judge. We have to judge. We need, now I'm going to put a call to action out for the women. Okay, ladies? All right, ladies? Rosie Pie is here. Come on in, Rosie. Rosie, yes. Bring it, Rosie. Love when you're here. Thank you for swinging on by. Let's see. We have, what's this? Mocker Murris. Mocker Murris, welcome. Let's welcome Mocker Murris. Mocker Murris is in the same camp with you guys that said it earlier. Madonna is a male. Okay. Bring all your conspiracy theories. It's fine. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Think Mirror, thank you for the super chat. Oh my goodness. I thought I missed it. I saw something pop up. Thank you. Thank you. Look at that. Jenny Okie girl. That's right. What the heck is going on? It is so ridiculous. And so, okay, Molly, thank you so much for another super chat, super sticker. Oh, no MSM. Molly says just Professor Jen. I love you, Molly. Thanks for hanging out. So yeah, this is the thing. Okay, I'm gonna, if I didn't get to see you, if I didn't get to say thank you, anything, if I missed you, I'll catch up. Hey Vicky, what's up? Thanks for joining. Marlena Fina's here. Hey, Marlena Fina. Too many blind sheep here in New York City. That I get it. I know. I know. New York has been really psyoped. It's a psychological program, and that's what we're going to start really looking into the psychological nature of what's happened to us. Because as I was saying, Girl Code and I are embarking on a journey of healing, really healing, deprogramming, really looking at ourselves and really healing of the trauma, because this has been just the most psychological like traumatic experience for us as humanity, the family, and we need healing. That's why I'm saying, like, who is well adjusted? Who? If you're well adjusted, then you're denying truth, okay? And that's so dangerous. If you're well adjusted to this culture, you really have to, if you can still have these kind of, I don't know, like, what do you call it? Like disruptions. Because I can imagine that if anybody is, I don't know what well adjusted would be like in this culture. Hey, Desi. Hey, Desi De La Fay. Yes, right. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Yes. So the thing about this Madonna issue, like I said, this is going to be an issue where women, that's who I'm speaking to right now. Okay. Men, you can just, this, I'm not going in on you right now. Okay. It's the women. I spare not. And women, we have to look at ourselves individually and collectively, because this is happening because we are sick. Our hearts are sick as women. The natural affection, the caring and compassion is gone. It has waxed cold. Women in this feminist agenda, this is why we have the chaos. This is the chaos that has destroyed the fabric of the family and the man and the woman and the relationship of man and woman in a divine union of man and woman. That is the family. That is the human family. And now that we have recognized that this is part of a psychological attack, then we have work to do. But today, women, this is a call to action, because Madonna happens to, okay, I know in the chatmosphere you guys are saying Madonna is not a woman, but I'm going to deal with the Madonna that I have come to know and understand in the culture. I'm going to identify as she presented. I grew up, I loved Madonna. I'm just going to say I loved her music. It was fun, it was just high energy, dancing kind of stuff. I had good times listening to Madonna. So I'm not going to just be very, one-sided. There was a minute, it seemed, just a short time where she seemed a little bit harmless to me when I'm thinking about it. But that's how anything is. It comes in a way that you will not identify it. So she seemed cute and quirky. But soon after, it didn't take long for Madonna to become someone who is subverting our culture and subverting the family. Even though she got married to Sean Penn, If anybody is kind of, new to her backstory, she was married to Sean Penn back in the day. And she married someone named Guy Ritchie, and she had a baby with some other guy, Latino dude, and she has biological children. Okay. She has, two children biologically is that a word? Biologically. And she has maybe 6 children that are adopted, possibly, or maybe but we're going to get into Madonna right now. Madonna and the African children and what is going on. Because Madonna has been on the radar. Because if anybody who glances Instagram and you have watched Madonna, which I have, okay, since 2020, I will peruse. This is what I've done since 2020. I may not follow certain celebrities, but I will peruse their Instagram, or as Paul says, their Instagool. And I've been taking notes, okay? I've been observing. So when 2020 hit, it was a lot of weird activity on Instagram in particular. I had gotten booted off, I think, of Twitter, but Twitter was interesting. I don't know when we got booted off. Yeah, I guess it was the next year. But Madonna, Tom Hanks, and I would look at Beyonce's Instagram. I was able to collect a lot of observational, just like history, just, documenting what I was observing and the way they were moving on social media. So 2020 was really weird. And we can get into that at another time. We could go back and review some of the things, the behaviors of certain people. They were doing a lot of coded conversations. They didn't have the glam. They didn't have the makeup and the hair and the everything. You remember, it was real weird. They had weird backgrounds. Remember? Some of them looked like they were in like a fun house, like a real small room. You remember, like, who was it? Taylor, what's her name? The singer, Taylor, whatever. She was in some weird room and like gray and nothing, like they looked like they were in really cramped facilities. Very weird things that were being observed by some of us, right? Yes, there you are, Marlena Fina. Thank you. If you remember anything, yes, Madonna was singing a weird song about pasta and fish, and it was highly coded, highly esoteric and occultic. And who else? Yeah, Taylor Swift. Thank you. I depend on it. Hey, you have a new name. We survived Castle Dunboy. Sorry. We survived Castle Dunboy. Sounds like a nice story involved there. Welcome and less welcome, because anyone surviving anything, a castle, sounds like it was kind of scary. Maybe you'll want to come and tell us about it. But yes, Ellen, Oprah, and David Spade. Yes, if anybody was following information and doing your own research, which they told us was a conspiracy theory, and that's what conspiracy crazy people do. So you had a little time on your hand and you got to see Ellen, how she was moving on social media. You got to see how Oprah was moving. Suddenly her magazine was shut down, and really weird cover kind of thing. Like I said, I can get into this another time. I'm just trying to we'll get to where we're going. Okay. But sometimes we have to circle back. And David Spade was sending out distress signals, it seemed, if you remember. They were in a panic. And they were doing weird things. And we haven't forgotten. That's all I'm going to say. We haven't forgotten any of that. We have been called all kinds of names, but we have not forgotten. That's the one thing about us. We have good memories. So, yes, lots of weird movements. So, basically, let's see what Karen is saying. You said Madonna, Oprah Winfrey, and the schools they opened in Africa is nothing more than, there you go. Yes, these schools in Africa, kind of weird, kind of coincidental. And we're noticing things. We have made the proper connections, not based on just, we wanted to put a tinfoil hat on. We have looked at your own content, Hollywood. We've looked at the way you've been moving the last 3 years. It didn't take much to just observe. People moving real weird. Hey there, LJ Warrior. You're new. Welcome. We have all been conned. Yes, we have been conned on levels that it's very overwhelming. Okay. And that's the thing about truth and the pursuit of truth. You're not always going to get to the destination in a straight, linear way. You're going to go off on paths. You're going to maybe go in circles. You're going to even go back. Before you go forward. It's so many things that happen on the path and this journey. So truth is something that it is truly a journey. But if you seek it truly in your heart, you want truth, and you don't mind having to deal with the ego of admitting that we've all been conned. Some people have a problem with that. They can never admit that we've been conned. They're not going to admit that. It's going to take more pressure, unfortunately. And that pressure is on the way, by the way. That pressure is on the way, like birth pangs. Like if you've never had birth pangs, baby. Women, okay? We got wombs. We could tell you about listen, everybody will have a story of birth pangs. If you've ever had birth pangs. Hey, Alan, how's it going? Welcome. Yeah, the birth pangs are not a joke, right? Can I get an amen? Can I get a righteous amen? Birth pangs are nothing to play around with. So having a womb and bringing birth forth, this is being attacked so much that this is a call to action. Women, even if you haven't brought a child forth for whatever reasons, yes, it's a call to action for you too. This is a call to action moment, women. We can't sit back and be complacent and silent. Silence is we're contracting through our silence. We're complicit at this point because we are the barrier that no wolf, no prey, no predator rather, will make our children prey. We are the line of defense. Yes, the men are protectors. Yes. But when that man has gone to work and you have the children at home, Sisters, you better know how to do this. Listen, defense, self-defense first, that is a God-given right. And anyone that would tell you or make you feel guilty to want to defend self, they are of Satan. That is an antichrist worldview. To make you feel guilty, to want to protect yourself and your children. And if you don't have that righteous indignation for what is happening to children, if you don't have that, you are in danger. You in danger, girl. You in danger, girl. If you turned off that feeling and you have suppressed your natural ability to care, and you have bought into this artificial, plastic, Kardashian agenda, if you're that caught up in the Meg the Stallion, how is a woman calling herself a stallion? How is that okay? If you are a baby boomer or my generation, they call us Gen X. If you are okay with a woman calling herself a stallion, if you have just sat back and you bit your lips, you bit your tongue, you didn't say anything because you don't want to be called an old auntie, right? You don't want to be dismissed. You got to stop caring about anybody saying anything about the fact that it's time for judgment. It's time to declare what is wrong and what is right. We cannot care that we're going to be trolled, because you will be trolled, right? Everyone? We can't care. We're at a critical juncture, and it is about the children. It's always been about the children, the seed. And it's time to talk up. These things are ridiculous that a woman is called a stallion. Where is that okay? How did that just become okay? And it just slides and slides and it's okay. And you shut up. You don't speak because you're afraid of how you'll look. The day of that is over. It's over. Absolutely over. Now this here, Madonna, we're going to get into what in the world is going on with Madonna and these children, these African children. Okay? I want to say today, I had been hearing about this issue with Madonna and the children. And I saw something with Natalie Denise. If anybody knows about Natalie Denise. Natalie Denise has been, when I say documenting, this is epic. When it comes, she has a thread going on Twitter. And she is documenting the heck out of this thread. So that would be really good for anybody who's just taking a look into what is going on with Madonna. And you can decide for yourself from looking at someone at least who has done, when I say done her homework, Natalie Denise has really gone the extra mile when it comes to documenting. I've been following her content since 2020, and she is really on Madonna. She is on her. So just know if you're on Twitter, that is the place to really, really get a blow by blow. I think it's big enough that I think Natalie Denise, if anybody knows her, she should have a Twitter space and discuss this. I don't know if she's done any Twitter spaces. Let me know. But if anybody knows her, that would be a great thing for her to possibly host a Twitter space, because I would be all over that. I would want to hear, this needs to not be swept under the rug. This cannot be. It can't. So, okay, let's get into Madonna. All right, we have Madonna, who, in terms of a person, I would say from watching her career, she has been a subverter, okay, of what is good. This woman, I watched her from the 80s, like a virgin. She's got the belt that says boy toy. And, it's been a progression. And that's how the satanic agenda is. It's a progressive, So she's basically mocking institutions in our culture. And this is why she did so well. And this is why she's going to have a concert, even, like, supposedly, allegedly. So she's still in her 60s, hopping around stages. And, she has done a lot of subversive things. She's written subversive, books, and her music and her lyrics. And, she has an alter ego named Madge. She's deep into Kabbalah. And the issue with the children that she has adopted from Malawi, we're going to look into that. Now, let me just say, let me stop the screen for a minute and welcome anybody who's joining late. Not late. Hey, Nikki, welcome. Thank you for joining, Nikki. And Isabel, hadn't seen you in a while. Allegedly will be in Montreal. Okay, is that her first stop in Montreal? Okay, so now I was looking at Twitter, and somebody, of course, you're going to get people when it comes to this kind of exposure. People are going to be so angry in terms of their favorite, and some of us have probably already gone through it ourselves in terms of our favorite. I liked Beyonce. Okay. I admit I liked Beyonce, and I was very disappointed. I wasn't a big fan. Like, I wasn't somebody who was, crazy and everything about, her. I just liked some of her music. And, I thought, I was hoping for the best. I saw her go from this sort of wholesome, good girl image, and then she went bad. I didn't particularly like that, but I don't know. I wasn't. See, the thing is, we weren't speaking to what we were observing. We were allowing this to become progressive. And that, I see how that happened, really. Okay, so if you go on Twitter and you just look up Madonna, you'll see Madonna's name, it'll say Madonna trafficking. So you'll see the whole, it's lit right now. Okay. So somebody said, "Oh, this is of course they'll say this is QAnon conspiracy theories," and you got the people who are just going to rage, and the heathens will rage. They don't want to hear this. They worship these idols. These are idols, okay? So you're not going to see very healthy and balanced responses from some people. So someone, accused this of being fake. So I looked into it. I wanted to see, okay, what is being said? Of course, nothing is being said on the American mainstream. So I had to look at, is this it? Yeah, this is it. Alrighty. Okay, let me see. Did that come up? All right. As you can see, this is a newspaper out of Malawi. And this newspaper titles this article, Ethiopian World Federation asks President Chakwera to institute investigations on integrity of Madonna's Malawi charity Raising Malawi. Ethiopian World Federation, an organization established in the United States in 1937 to promote love and goodwill among Ethiopians at home and abroad, has made surprising stance on world celebrated performing artist Madonna Louise Ciccone, who adopted 4 Malawians. Okay, so it's 4 Malawians. The Federation, which has since transformed into a global diaspora organization, is asking the Malawi leader, President Lazarus Chakwera, to prevent homosexual and transgender allegations over the adoption of the Malawian children for possible human trafficking and social experiments. This is pretty, I'm reading word for word, okay? You can see I'm reading word for word. This is a different type of, media that we're seeing here. We don't see this level of, I'm just saying this is shocking. I'm reading it for the first time, just so you know. I didn't want to pre-read it for some reason. Okay, so in opening the investigations, the Federation is also asking Chakwera to look into the integrity of Madonna's Malawi charity Raising Malawi and restrict her and her associates' accessibility to Africa and to African children as a precautionary measure until a thorough investigation is done into child trafficking, sex exploitation, sexual slavery, adoption reversal, threat of coercion, fraud, deception, and abuse of power or vulnerability. The Federation quotes Malawi Penal Code that provides in Section 137A indecent practices between females. Any female person who, whether in public or private, commits any act of gross indecency with another female person or procures another female person to commit any act of gross indecency with her or attempts to procure the commission of any such act by any female person with herself or with another female person, whether in public or private, shall be guilty of an offense and shall be liable to imprisonment for 5 years. So I want to go back and show you, this is a picture. They say this is Madonna and her son, David Banda. So if you looked at my thumbnail, one of the babies being held is this guy here when he was a baby. So as you can see, Madonna is walking with her son, this adopted son, David Banda, and he's wearing a dress. All right. So this is something that other cultures do not approve of. Okay, so the petition makes references to a book that Madonna wrote in 1992 called Sex. Remember that when Madonna had so-called a coffee table book called Sex, and she had a lot of lots of people from the hip hop world doing features, and it was basically pornography. All right, let's just call it what it is. So these are things that, some of us have forgotten about. We may have, it's been years since we really thought about Madonna, and other people, they will look into her past. And the question is this a good character? Is this person fit? Okay. No matter if the people are poor, is this a good fit for adoption? So again, the petition makes a reference to a book that Madonna wrote in 1992 called Sex, which features adult content, including softcore pornography and simulations of sexual acts, including sadomasochism. And this is the derivation of sexual gratification of the infliction of physical pain or humiliation, either on another person or on oneself. And this is the thing about Madonna, everyone. Madonna has been so subversive to generations. She's still, going and frolicking on stages at her old age. So the devil still has a lot of work for her to do. And she has been a destroyer of what is good. And sadomasochism, we're going to talk about that at another time, because this is something that has carried people away, and they are losing their soul as they go deeper into this depravity, and it will become normalized, and people don't realize the cost to their soul for engaging in degeneracy, things that are against natural law. Sadomasochism is not a thing of beauty. It is not of love to inflict physical pain and trauma and humiliation on another person. That is a violation of natural law. And the fact that we have an industry that promotes this and monetizes it, it lets you know how sick we have become, because Madonna, as a woman, put such filth, such low vibrational so-called art into the world realm, not just here in the United States. This has reached all over the world. These people in Africa, in Malawi, Africa, they were able to look into her background. How is she a good woman to come to another nation and want to take children? And I did say that. I'm not going to say anything other than we're going to judge this story. So, gay porn stars were photographed in pornographic pictures with Madonna, performing vulgar sex acts with the same sex, which should have been disclosed during her adoption case in 2006 in Lilongwe, Malawi. Madonna had to sign a contract that forbade the book from including images of child pornography, bestiality, or religious imagery. Shortly after signing that agreement, Madonna founded a company called Maverick, a partnership with Time Warner. She now holds total artistic control over any work released by Maverick, who is now the book's publisher. The agreement she signed with Time Warner with the sexually explicit content in the book Sex was null and void. The petition further says the psychology behind her ability to release child pornography, religious imagery, bestiality, and vulgar pornography has prompted her to open an orphanage in Malawi named Raising Malawi in 2006 to host social experiments on vulnerable African children in Malawi. This is pretty, like, I'm just saying, this article is, I'm really shocked at what I'm reading. Are you all shocked by this article? I'm going to go back and show you what I am reading. Okay. This is from, it says, Nyasa Times, Malawi breaking online news source. And this is from this year, January 4th. Duncan Malajera, who is the author of this article. I am thoroughly shocked at this article. Are you, Shawnee? You are shocked too? I am shook and shocked. Yes, right? This is, Juan said, I'm not shocked. Read the Bible. I know you said that. You said that, bro. I'm going to stop acting dumb. I'm not shocked, okay? I'm just shocked. You know what? I'm shocked that it's in this article. That is the shocking part, actually. Okay, so, oh boy. Okay, so it adds that in the same 2006, when Madonna founded the charity, she falsely accused David Banda's father of being absent when she was applying to adopt him. So here she is sitting with these African children. And can we talk, everybody? Can we just have a heart to heart? They call these pictures, what do they call? Poverty porn. Poverty porn is to, go over to the, poor African nations. This has been a psychological operation to, give us the impression that African nations are so poor that we have to go and save them. And, a lot of our policies, especially of Europe, they have destroyed the fabric of the African nations. I mean, Africa, just to call it Africa, is really a misnomer. It's like, this is like an incorporation, just like they did America. So you have African nations, and it's complicated. You have so many languages. It's not like America, where you might think that somebody talks, and you go to Philadelphia, I swear you think they're speaking another language. But what I'm saying is, when people say Africa, a lot of times, they think it's a country. They think it's a nation, but it's nations within, continent, but so many vast differences in culture, language, everything. And so you have all of the things that have happened to pillage these nations and these peoples. But this woman sitting among these children, it is so cringe when you look at it now, right? It just looks like, it needs to stop, because These are the things we need to judge righteously. This is poverty porn should stop being something that people feel good about. This is a shameful thing. Hey, sissy, girl codes here, y'all. The obsession is, yes, right? The obsession. Why so obsessed? What is this all about? Because it's never felt right to me. But what I did was I silenced what I knew that I was discerning. And it didn't feel right in my spirit to see all of these women, white women now, white women from Hollywood going into these African nations and coming back with children that they have adopted. That's what we're told. That's the narrative. They've adopted them legally. And everybody, what is legal is not lawful. And I am judging what I'm seeing, and I don't like it. And we need to finally speak up, especially any so-called Black women. I know that Black women have a lot of things they get up in arms about. This should be on your list. All the content creators that can talk about all the stuff going on that really isn't that important. It's entertaining for sure. But anybody who calls themselves a part of the Black community needs to open their mouths about this. We have some great content creators. We have some powerful voices in the Black YouTube sphere. They do great investigative journalism. I hope I see content about this. I hope I see it, lovely T. I hope I see it. I hope I see it night and day. I hope I see it. You all do great. Even the guys, it's so many great content creators. Madonna, all of these celebrity women, mainly, you know, we have Charlize Theron, we have Angelina Jolie, we have Madonna here, who have been adopting children out of Africa. We have Oprah, who had a school in Africa. We need voices. We need investigations. There are some good investigators out there who have voices and big platforms. Madonna should not feel comfortable anymore. She should not feel comfortable with what is being exposed. And all of the African content creators, all of you great African Nigerian content creators. I watch a lot of you all. Lovely T is a beautiful Nigerian American. Anybody who is especially an African content creator, this should be a real priority. It really should. Something is not right. Even Haitian, our beautiful Haitian content creators. We have spent nights losing sleep over the things we've learned about what has happened to Haiti. We've learned about the Clinton, all of these places, the Clintons and their foundations. All of this needs to be exposed, and nobody should feel safe and comfortable at this moment of exposure. They should not. And the voices need to be raised right now on behalf of children. It doesn't matter what country, what nation. These are children and they deserve better. So it says, I'm going to go on. Madonna is being accused of using David Banda for it says, quote, for sexual exploitation and social experiments today. Pictures are awash on social media of David Banda wearing female clothes, makeup, and wearing earrings, whilst the two holding hands like two lovers. The organization further says Justice Fiona Mawal, who presided over the adoption application, is alleged to have made a series of harsh questionings of Madonna's motives and quotes the judge as saying in her judgment, in determining her motives, I questioned the petitioner at length about the impact of her decision, which could be construed as robbing Malawi of one of its most precious resource, its children. We firmly believe that Malawi has been robbed of its most precious resource, its children, contends Ethiopian World Federation. In 2013, the country accused Madonna of bullying state officials and making diva demands, and of citing her Raising Malawi charity as the reason for doing so. So, what happens is a person like Madonna can use her wealth and influence to, it says, this is what this person is saying, they were bullied, and state officials, and the fact that she has a foundation of a charity. This is very suspicious. And the father, and I'm going to tell you about the father, because to say that this father abandoned the children is not true. Okay. I don't believe that that is true. All right. So let me read this. Continue. After another appeal, the Supreme Court granted Madonna the right to adopt her second child from Malawi, Mercy James. In 2017, Malawi granted the singer permission to adopt again, and she became mother of twin baby girls, Esther and Stella Mawale. Why is she doing petitions and appeals? If they don't want you to take their children, why are you appealing to go to another nation and want to fight to take children, to adopt, quote, children? There is something wrong here. That's all. It's not good. All right. So after careful review and facts presented regarding the psychological, physical, and mental abuse of African children on January 11, 2018, the U.S. Embassy in Addis Ababa confirmed that Ethiopian Parliament passed new legislation banning adoption by foreigners on January 9, 2018. In 2019, nearly 70% of human trafficking victims in the U.S. were identified as either being sex trafficked or victims of both forced labor and sexual exploitation. The High Court recently stated that 25 million people worldwide are not afforded their fundamental right of freedom. However, the international the number of human trafficking victims to be approximately 40 million. The petition also accused the government of Malawi of failing to do a complete social background check on the adoptive parent. And they have reason to believe that Madonna is using these children as a social experiment in response to the heavy LGBTQ community push for sodomy in America. America, we are being judged. All right? Other nations are judging us. We, the global diaspora, the Black people of the world at the Ethiopian World Federation Incorporated, are concerned that the integrity of Africa and the cultural traditions should be preserved, not exploited or discredited. In 2013, Malawi accused Madonna of exaggerating her contributions to the impoverished country and unreasonably demanding special treatment during a tour there. And Madonna has used social media to discredit the culture and policies that Malawi has in place to protect our children globally. The organization says, concerned about the welfare of all Black people of the world, the Ethiopian World Federation has existed since 1937 in order to affect unity, solidarity, liberty, freedom, and self-determination, to secure justice and maintain the integrity of the entire African continent, which is our divine heritage and a policy we uphold, defend, and protect. If anybody wants to contact the Federation, their address, they're right in New York there, and it's the ethiopianfederation.org. All right, so what do you all think about that? What is your thought? Because we are being judged right now. We have wealthy people who have gone to Africa, wealthy Americans, and they have, it doesn't sound like they're playing on a fair and equal playing field, and they are getting children, and they are parading this around as it is something noble and good. And I do not think this is good. I am going to say, in my righteous judgment, that this is bad. This is not good. Nobody will be able to explain this away or make excuses. Now, let me share something else with you. I'm going to just be going, hang out with me, y'all. We're going to just go through a few things because I want to see what you think too. Okay, so there's a lady on TikTok named Madeline. Wait a minute, hold it. I don't want to get her name wrong. Maddie DeVera. Okay, so Maddie DeVera has something to say. Let's listen in. I hope it works out. You know how it gets with the how are we doing? We're good with our connection and everything? Okay, listen up. Let's hear Maddie.
Madonna has been accused of running child trafficking in Malawi, sexual exploitation of.
Guys, can we talk for a minute? OMG, I stumbled across this and I had to stitch this because I'm like, finally people are getting it. I've been talking about Charlize Theron and Madonna for the longest. And the reason why I have a problem with these women, these helly weird women, they have been taking our African boys and bringing them to the West only to emasculate them and probably use them for their sick and twisted agenda. And they need to be exposed. Okay? My problem with Madonna, she has been parading her adopted son, David Banda, making this boy wear women's clothing, dresses, the whole 9 yards. And she has a biological son, Rocco. Why isn't she not having that same energy on her biological son? Come on, make it make sense, man. Why isn't she having that energy? She's so freely going to tabloids talking about, my son looks better in my clothes than I do. What the fuck? And then not only that, have you seen how young the men Madonna has been, having relations with? It seems like the more men that she gets in her life, the younger they are becoming. If I'm not mistaken, I think the last guy that she had was somewhere between the age of 23, 27. And it's like, man, they're just getting younger and younger. Makes you wonder if she's not been touching her own adopted son. I'm serious. People need to start opening their eyes. And then you've got Charlize Theron as well. She adopted her oldest son, now changed him into a girl. And it's like you're doing this for the sole purpose of trying to emasculate these boys, these black boys from Africa, bringing them here West just for your sick and twisted purpose. These guys need to be exposed. This is so sick, and it just breaks my heart, because these kids have been taken out of their cultural environment, away from their families, all for what? They need to be.
Madonna has been accused of running child trafficking in Malawi and sexual exploitation of.
So, guys, can we talk?
Okay. Now, this is a woman who has judged, I would say righteously, what she has observed. And it's very strange that these are boys that are being emasculated. Charlize Theron has a situation as well. She needs to be thoroughly investigated as well. And I have a problem with, of course, the corruption. Why was this allowed to happen? We know, of course, it has a lot to do with money and the fact that Madonna can have a charity and whatever else is going on, the bullying and using her just power. It's not right. Okay, so next I want to go to, let me just show you this. When it comes to like Madonna, and again, if you look at the character of someone who has this image, and to go over to another nation to adopt children, and they would look at, this is what she puts out there. This is very low vibration. And why was this allowed? Is it because the children are poor? This is a woman who is struggling with aging. She has done so many freakish things to her appearance, which shows there self-love there? What's going on? This is like the sign of someone who is not well, And if this is what they're doing to themselves, what are they doing to others? Because this shows not self-love, but the absolute opposite. So you can see all of the, changes. And also, I want to just show you in terms of degraded things, in terms of character. I remember when this was mentioned, that she did recently. Like I said, I peruse some of the social media, and Madonna was one that I would peruse and see what she was doing since 2020, because it was a lot of weird things. Okay, so here we are, Madonna. It says, and a lot of the, by the way, I've noticed, and you can tell me if you started doing any like research, a lot of the internet has been scrubbed. Foreign news will have articles, just so you know. Some of the Australian, this is called Marca. I believe it is out of Spain. So this is a recent thing. Madonna continues embarrassing herself. Now she drinks water from a dog's bowl in a shocking video. Now, the reason I remember this when it came out is Paul Romano. And Paul Romano has covered Madonna so well. He calls her Madam Expiration Date. If you love Paul Romano, you know what I'm talking about. He calls her Madam Expiration Date because she is someone who refuses to age and not having a healthy grasp on reality. So he would always say, see, he was noticing over, like, he's been doing content for a few years, but he's been noticing over the years that Madonna has been having a absolutely like drag down, pull the hair out fight with aging, okay, with the clock and the calendar, right? Apocalypse, Jenny, you know what I'm talking about. So is documenting very much of Madonna's social media, and thank God he has, because I always knew that Paul was capturing history. Okay, he has been doing a very good job. So you may want to go digging through the crates and look and see how Paul has captured Madonna's social media or her Instagool, because guess what? She scrubbed it. Yes, everybody. I'm going to get into that in a minute. So let's just look at this article. Okay, so here is Madam Expiration Date, as Paul so aptly named her. So no one knows what goes through Madonna's mind. In recent weeks, but every time she posts something on social media, let me get rid of this ad, is to cause embarrassment and shame to herself. Remember, I talked about that, embarrassment and shame. When people start to get into these degenerate behaviors, there is going to be such a loss of self. There's no self-love, and they will engage in degeneracy that is self-humiliating. It is to bring shame to themselves. And what is this about? Why is this something that these people have pushed into our culture? They have normalized it. It is a part of pornography. Some people, this is a kink for some people. They think this is cute. This is of a sick heart. It is unnatural. And anybody who is caught in this snare must be delivered. And there is hope for anyone caught in it. Just stop trying to say that it's okay. It's not good. And that's what we need to start judging. We have to stop being afraid of being called names. We need to judge this stuff. This is not good. So she's causing embarrassment and shame on herself. Her most recent post has her fans worried as her behavior is getting weirder and weirder. In an Instagram reel, Madonna posted a video in which she is seen licking water from a dog's bowl and posing in a sexual manner. Remember, we heard the word bestiality. This is going to be something that's going to be so shocking for people to realize the depravity and the fact that we have stayed silent. Where are all the animal lovers, right? Nancy said, well, if it looks like a dog and smells like a dog, it's a dog. I heard that. Shade received. Leisha, hey, Leisha, welcome. You're joining us from over across the pond, huh? In good old jolly England, right? Juan is saying, don't be surprised if we hear Slut Donna has unalived herself. I wouldn't be surprised, Juan. Okay, so licking water from a dog's bowl and posing in a sexual manner. She is almost 70 years old if she's not already 70. Somebody fact check me. It'll probably be Dana. Dana, how old is Madam Expiration Date? With various objects. So she had objects and a dog's bowl. Okay. On Wednesday, she uploaded a video showing off her neon green sweater paired with bright shorts, tights, and thigh-high boots. In some of the photos, it's the 64-year-old singer posed next to a motorcycle and a pantry. However, things changed when she started posing sexily with a bottle of sriracha and mustard. So normal, right? So very normal. This is American culture. This is a purveyor of American culture and feminism. Don't forget, she threatened to take a ticky boom to the White House when President Trump was, in the White House. Remember that? Yeah, this is the same person. It's always okay when it's done by them. So here's a picture. It was on page 6. All right. It's Madonna licks water out of a dog bowl in embarrassing new video. I won't play it, but you get the drift. Drinking the dog's water surprises everyone, does it? But what caused a commotion was that at one point Madonna licked water from a dog. Wait a minute. Hold it. Did I read that right? But what caused a commotion was that at one point, Madonna licked water from a dog. I think I did read that right. The reactions were not long in coming. It's getting more and more embarrassing. It's not easy to be your fan anymore. You were an icon, sadly. Now, without style, one comment read. None of this is thought-provoking or different. You've lost touch. You should be ahead of the game. You created it. So did changes in your body. This is all a cry of desperation to stay young or relevant. The last thing we would have expected from Madonna, another person wrote. You're at it again. What is this? It's so sad to see you destroy Madonna's iconic style. I'm sorry, I've been your fan since I was a kid, and I can't accept this trash style. This is righteous judgment right here, coming from the court of public opinion. Thank God for the court of public opinion come through. No class, no elegance, you've created for yourself. Another user commented. Madonna takes bizarre circumcision confession on Instagram. I don't know what this was about, but look at this. This is something right here. A sight for sore eyes, looking like homemade sin. Homemade sin, everybody. The heck is going on? All right, so the strange behavior of the former queen of pop. I forgot she's the queen of pop. American royalty, look at this, has been going on for several weeks now, in which the interpreter of Like a Virgin has posted disturbing scenes. Perhaps the strangest was when a couple of weeks ago, she posted on Instagram stories a video in which she claimed not to be circumcised. You guys that were saying earlier, okay, I might have to take back what I was saying to you. Okay, so far, she has not explained what she was referring to. Oh my goodness, you guys were right. Oh my goodness, Alex Jones, you've been right all along. Alex Jones, We owe you an apology. Don't we, people? We owe him an apology. Somebody said Madonna is unrecognizable. I'm not going to play the video. Okay, so there you are, people. What the heck? She's licking out of a dog bowl. So you got a person who they jumped the shark. This is what has subverted our culture. This is called feminism. And I just have questions. Like I said, who facilitated these adoptions? Now let's go over to Twitter. I want us to look at some of the tweets on Twitter. We're hanging out for a while, okay? Is that okay? Hang out with me. Hang out. Okay, we're going to Twitter. If you put in Twitter, Madonna trafficking, this is what'll start showing up. Okay, are we able to see here? And I want to give a shout out to Frank of NPC News. Who loves Frank from NPC News? I love Frank. I happened to catch Frank, and I told him I really liked something that he did today. He dealt with this subject also, and he went through a Twitter thread of what Natalie Denise has put on Twitter, and it was really well done. He did an exhaustive, if you all want to head over to what he did today, he did a really great job with this one. And I told him in the comment section I was going to do the same, because Natalie Denise deserves her flowers for putting this work together. It's the least we can do is to share her work, okay? So I'm just looking at this tweet here 4 hours ago. Somebody said, I knew it. She sold her soul a long time ago and went full on witch. She wanted to blow up the White House because Trump was stopping child trafficking. So this person says Madonna has been accused of child pay, running a child orphanage in Africa. Now do Hillary Clinton in Haiti. Here we go. Oh, here's the NPC show. Here it is. I was just talking about Frank. Absolutely awesome job here. So let me just put a little like and a little retweet. Retweet it. Okay, so here we are now. Natalie Denise is getting into her. This is what I wanted to show you. Okay, this is a thread. And again, I think Natalie has so much information. She should have a Twitter space. If she hosts one, I'm telling you, this will be something we should all get the word out. Okay, so let me go through here. Madonna, child trafficking, a threat. Ethiopian World Federation has made a surprising petition against Madonna. Child trafficking and fear of social experiments rendered on Malawian children. All right, so this is going through this thread. Are you ready, everybody? Let's go in. All right, I'm going to get a wait a minute, you guys. Jen, thank you, Juan, for the super sticker. Jen, because of this video, I need a drink. Look, listen, I have a smoothie. I'm just doing a smoothie, but I'm sorry, Juan. Probably a lot of people are probably going to feel that way. This is like somebody said earlier, our sister said, I'm going to be pissed. Who was that? That was, who was that? I'm trying to think who it was who said, I'm going to be pissed today with this topic. Hey, Salty D, are you on Twitter? Yeah, I'm on Twitter. I go by Jennifer Eason Washington. So yeah, my other whatever account was blown off, and Elon hasn't. I guess we're not important enough, huh, Elon? You're not putting little accounts back up, right? But anyway, yes, you can find me just under my name. I try to keep it the same so you can find me across different platforms. So yes, yeah, Frank is a good commentator. Yes, Frank is awesome. Okay. Time will tell is also going to have a drink. Take your time. Go mix your drink up. We're going to go through this. I'm going to do what Frank did. I think this is good. If you don't mind, let's go through as much as we can of Natalie Denise's thread, okay? All right. Those are berries. I had like strawberry, blueberry, and banana smoothie. Okay, so back to Natalie's thread. Okay, so here we are with the beginning. So, of course, Madonna looks like, a good humanitarian, of course, when you're buying the narrative. Oh, by the way, look at if you can look to the right, why not look and see one of the hashtags? Interesting. Vaccine genocide. Interesting. That is trending. And Pfizer CEO. Interesting. Okay, so Natalie Denise says, this is January 16. I had to look up what psychosocial even meant. Hold on to this because it will possibly play out within the EFW's concerns. Psychosocial, involving both psychological and social aspects, relating social conditions to mental health. EWF is asking President Lazarus Chakwera to look into the intricacies of her charity Raising Malawi. There is concern over the integrity of her organization and possible intent to exploit children. So you see here, this is People magazine. They go, and do these great ups and look like they are doing humanitarian work. So we get duped by this stuff, and it's going to be very painful to come out of this severe psyop. So here is Natalie Denise going over the one we just read, specifically child trafficking, sexual exploitation, sexual slavery, adoption reversal, threat of coercion, fraud, deception, and abuse of power or vulnerability. Okay, this is serious stuff, serious allegations. EWF, and when anybody needs to know what EWF, that's the Ethiopian World Federation, cites that back in 2006, during her adoption case, she should have disclosed her 1992 softcore porn book titled Sex. There you are. And that was the cover of that book. I think it was over $100. If anybody remembers that, it was a coffee table book. So this is where it gets a little dicey. Madonna had to sign an agreement with Time Warner that forbade the book from including CSAM, bestiality, or religious imagery. She did then. She founded Maverick, which partnered with Time Warner. Therefore, the contract she signed was null and void, giving her full control, content control. Sex caused a lot of controversy, attempted to normalize taboos, even implicated themes of bestiality. And what did we just look at? We looked at an article in which Madonna was drinking from a dog's bowl, and it says she was drinking water from a dog. I don't want to know what that means, but that's what it said. Remember, I read it twice. So we're starting to see some connections, and we can't unsee them, people. We need people to speak out. If you have a favorite content creator, I would love to see Sloan jump on this. I would love to see, what's the beautiful Haitian girl that does the great work? What's her name? You all know that the beautiful Haitian girl. She does lots of like celebrities. Her work is so on point. I hope that they jump on this. I really do. This needs to be all over, all over. Okay, so wait a minute. Let me go back to the. Okay, so Madonna teams with Time Warner for $60 million. So, with this small bit of history known, let's take it back to the EWF according to Nyasa Times. So, this is when they talk about the petition further says the psychology behind her ability to release child pornography, religious imagery, bestiality, and vulgar pornography has prompted her to open an orphanage in Malawi named Raising Malawi in 2006 to host social experiments on vulnerable African children in Malawi. I did say that, everybody. I did read that. I wish I did not read that. That's all I have to say. I wish I did not read that. I'm not happy right now. They also allege that Justice at the time, Fiona Mawale, who presided over Madonna's 2006 adoption application, seemed to be super sharp in questioning about her intentions and motives for twin girls. Okay, so this woman here was asking some deeper questions. In determining her motives, I questioned the petitioner at length about the impact of her decision, which could be construed as robbing Malawi of its most precious resource, its children. Oh, Judge Fiona Mawale, I pray that you all rise up and really fight this evil. This is really a disgrace. Now we are going to transcend through a more elaborative look at the Malawian children that Madonna adopted, which could illustrate the Ethiopian World Federation's concerns a bit more vividly. She says, secure your wigs because it gets sad and infuriating. We will start with baby David Banda. Adopted 2006, the same year she founded Raising Malawi. What caused me to even look closer are newly surfaced allegations by David's biological father, Yohane. So we're going to see what really happened. Is Big Pontiac here? Salty D, what's up? Salty D, hey, IG. Listening to Spill the Beans. Hey, Salty D, welcome, welcome. Where is our friend? Big Pontiac, greetings, power people. Hey, Big Pontiac, thanks for coming by and hanging out with us. We're dealing with a subject. Some people need a little bit of drink, maybe. I'm not going to judge if you need a drink or a little roll. Hey, Flower Girl Apothecary. Madonna just posted a video on her next tour, 40 years. So many coded messages in that promo. We're going to look at that. We're going to hang out for a little while, everybody. It's going to be another long video. You know I don't come on every day. So you know I always want to steal your time. Please. Okay, so many coded messages in that promo. Sickening. She should have a restriction from entering into any African country while she's investigated. I hope they're listening. Now, you know, I know that we have issues. Some of our African people don't like us over here, us Americans, and that's also been engineered. If you non so-called black people, Negroes, whatever you want to call, if you don't know about some of these these are nuances that happen, okay, within they call it the diaspora. But there are things that have happened. There's some some things that need to be worked out. We just need to come and break some bread, all kinds of good breads, right? And talk it out. But we need to realize that all of the division has been engineered. So, in spite of these whatever so-called resentments, it is about the children. And we rise above anything like that. Okay. I don't care that the Nigerians told me I wasn't from there. I was like, don't I look like you? Did I come from Nigeria? And they would laugh at me like, girl, please, girl, bye, sit down. You're not from Nigeria. So I couldn't get the Nigerians to, they didn't claim me. Okay, that's okay. We're still good. Y'all didn't claim me. The Ethiopians claimed me. But look, I'm just joking, but it's a serious thing. There are a lot of divisions and things that have been stirred up. But I want to say, on behalf of, I'm sure, a lot of American, you know what I'm saying, essential, foundational, whatever you want to call us, we care about this. Okay, we don't care about no national names and differences and languages and cultures right now. We care about the children, and all of that gets pushed to the side. Politics and culture, language, religion, we listen, these children must be protected, and we must judge what Madonna and many like her have gone into these nations. And we recognize that policies that have been enacted to cause chaos and to destabilize many nations in Africa, we recognize that, and we do not stand by it. We do not stand by Hillary Clinton and her activities all over the world, in Haiti and what was done in Libya. We don't stand by that. We call it out. We call out our corrupt people. We're not proud of these people. They need to come under severe judgment. Madonna should not get away with this. She needs to be thoroughly investigated, even from America and our agencies here. It shouldn't be an Ethiopian federation that has to do this. Madonna is an American, and we need the American justice system to look into what she's doing. We judge it as being very wrong. Something is not right. On its face, it doesn't look right. A newly surfaced allegation, according to the Ethiopian World Foundation, Madonna falsely accused David Banda's father of being absent when she was applying to adopt him. Now, if this allegation is true, this is truly deplorable, that she said that David Banda's father abandoned him. This is something that is so racist, and she needs to be called a racist because they hurl these names at people. Her ilk. She's the real racist. She went and took advantage of people in this country, Malawi, and she lied on this father. So here, People Magazine, 2006, Madonna's adoption drama. So she was made to be a victim because she had adoption drama. I wonder what kind of drama that was. Note the captions on this spread. Local human rights groups and some of the boys' relatives raised questions over the legality of the adoption. Did people elaborate? I couldn't tell you because all we have is that snippet on the right. And it does say here, bringing home David, Madonna's adoption controversy. This is when she was married to Guy Ritchie from England. Remember? So we remember a lot of this that was in the Here's a closer look at it. Arrived at the home of Hope Orphanage Center and met the 13-month-old boy, says Madonna spokeswoman Liz Rosenberg. It was love at first sight, adds a witness. The look of pure joy on her face was beyond words, not unlike when her children Lourdes 10 and Rocco 6 were born. About a week later, even as a storm of controversy was brewing over the planned adoption, Madonna's happiness was echoed in a dimly lit room of the High Court in the Malawian capital of Lilongwe. I can't say it. The pop superstar, she was 48 at the time, and her director husband, 38, met for the first time with David's dad, a farmer named Johanne Banda, through a translator. Oh my goodness. So I see so many things wrong with this. There is a language barrier. I didn't even think about that. There are so many ways that things could be lost in translation with something so important. I don't even trust a translator. I just don't. Who spoke Banda's Chichewan language? She asked lots of questions, says Banda 32. How old am I? What I do for a living, everything. Madonna also made promises to provide Banda's only child. This is his only child, with a loving home, and to bring him back to Malawi for visits. I can't see the rest. Face to face. Something about face to face. Okay. Let me see. Are we still? I need to check back and see. Are we good? Or is the feed still good? Okay, we're good. We're going to look at this. Listen, I'll go through this just like Frank did. I thought it was great. And Natalie Denise, you did that, girl. You snatched all the wigs with this research. Yes, you did. Oh my goodness, everybody. Let's look to the right. What's trending? Epstein's Island. That's not coincidental, as well as Epstein client list. Do you see that? Interesting. Okay, so Johanne, the father of David, spoke publicly about his concern in 2016 when Madonna split with ex Guy Ritchie. At this time, her teenage son, Rocco, refused to go back home with her, which was curious. I remember that when Rocco wanted to live with his father in England. Remember? I didn't think anything really, guys want to be with their dads, whatever. Remember when she used to speak with that fake British accent? What a weird person. I don't know what to call her. Okay, so in the Mirror, and again, these kind of tabloids, they have the tea, don't they, a lot of times? Father of Madonna's adopted son, David Banda, blasts singer's shocking lifestyle and admits concern over Rocco custody battle. Oh, I didn't know that she had a custody battle with Rocco. Okay, Johanne even claimed that he didn't even think Guy, Madonna's ex, was interested in adopting David. Interesting. So you see, this man is aware of the little nuances going on with Madonna, and he's raising concerns. Madonna's ex-husband wasn't really into this, according to this. Catch that last sentence, because it is going to set a pattern with the rest. She promised me she would give him a good education and then he could come home to live with me. Who wanted to take David to live with her? I'd let Madonna adopt David was because she promised he would come back home to live with. Okay, Naisa Times. Madonna is being accused of using David. Now, this is David the baby, everyone, for sexual exploitation and social experiments today. Pictures are awash on social media of David Banda wearing female clothes, makeup, and wearing earrings. Whilst, again, the two holding hands like two lovers. Let's move on to her next adoption, Mercy James. This one really infuriated me to infinity and beyond. Thank God for you, Natalie Denise, for your righteous anger and how you have used that righteous anger to do this research. This is amazing, right? This needs full exposure. Shortly after adopting David, Madonna petitioned to adopt Mercy. Why would she want to do this? She's already divorced from her husband. Why does she want all of these children from an African nation? I ask you. So shortly after David, she petitioned to adopt Mercy, but was rejected. She hired a team of lawyers. What does this sound like? Why would you hire a team of lawyers if another nation rejected your petition to adopt a baby? That right there tells me a lot. She hired a team of lawyers and took it up to the Supreme Court. And after another appeal, she won. Mercy's grandmother, Lucy, gives heartbreaking insight. The adoption raised strong public reaction because Malawian law requires would-be parents to reside in Malawi. So she's already breaking one of their, this is a law. You need to live in the nation to adopt the child. So reside in Malawi for 1 year before adopting, which Madonna did not do. In addition, she was in the process of legally separating from second husband Guy Ritchie, citing irreconcilable differences. Mercy was placed at Children's Village following the death of her teenage mother. So you see how vulnerable this little child is. Her teenage mother died. If you know me, you can imagine how I received this information. It's true. I am a freedom fighter. I am a feminist. I am a rebel heart, but I am also a compassionate and intelligent human being. And if you cannot give me a logical reason for the word no, then I will not accept the word no. I hired a team of lawyers and I took my case to the Supreme Court, and it was not an easy battle, Madonna said in her moving speech. So she is a feminist. She says she is a freedom fighter, a rebel in her heart. She is compassionate, intelligent, and she does not accept the word no. And she has the ability to hire a team of lawyers. Pretty deep. Lucy's daughter died shortly after giving birth to Mercy, earning very little selling fruit. And Mercy being sick when she was a baby, needing extra care. Lucy opted for the care at a local orphanage until Mercy's immune system grew stronger. You see, in this nation, they may put the child in an orphanage for a temporary period. And it's often because of not being able to provide. And that's a problem. So here's the grandmother. Mercy's family claims that they let Madonna adopt her up until grade school age, and then she would be returned. Also, that they would return back to Malawi to visit every 2 years. Madonna did return back to Malawi with Mercy. So here's Mercy now. But Madonna never took Mercy to visit the grandmother? Are y'all kidding? Despite the grandmother being on her deathbed, pleading for a visit. You gotta be kidding me, y'all. Dying gran of Madonna's adopted girl Mercy begs Star to let her visit in Malawi. Wow. Madonna's lawyers evidently admitted this argument and coldly resulted themselves that Mercy's family had no legal right to see her. Legal, lawful. The fight illustrates itself here, and it is absolutely heartbreaking. Madonna knew, and she refused a dying grandmother's wish to see Mercy. She showed no mercy. How ironic. So her lawyers are cold that they say Mercy's grandmother had no legal right to see her. Remember the pattern I told you to take note of when David's father made that statement. Read Mercy's family's account of what Madonna's camp allegedly told or tricked them to believe. They say they were guaranteed regular contact with Mercy, James, now 5, when the 52-year-old adopted her from an orphanage in June 2009. There was no such agreement, Chanula said. It's not a legal requirement at all. He urged Shanika to advise the family on the proper way to approach the issue. Mercy was surrendered to Condanini Children's Home Orphanage outside Blantyre after her 16-year-old mother died in childbirth. Bennett said the family initially resisted the adoption. He relented after assurances Madonna would bring her home regularly. I was the one who signed off the adoption papers, said Benetti, who ekes out a living hawking an assortment of garden products in his town of Thandwi, east of Blantyre. She told me herself that she didn't want Mercy to cut ties with her roots, that she'll be bringing her home regularly. Imi Chanika is a civil liberties campaigner that tried to represent Mercy's family. Wow. So it's a lot of legal maneuvering. So it's another article. She includes lots of articles all about legal rights here. And thus we move on to the adopted twins, Esther and Stella. Madonna has taken my girls forever? That can't be true. Look at this father and his anguish. Pictured for first time, twins' father breaks silence to tell MOS he didn't realize the adoption was permanent. See, people are thanking her for her great research. Absolutely, Natalie. There's also a connection with Madonna and a Kabbalah Center International. This is something she was This is a partner in the organization. It says Rabbi Michael Berg. So it's a lot of stuff. You see Ashton Kutcher, Demi Moore. It's a lot of stuff being said about. It's a lot going on. I'm telling you. Let's see. It was more to this thread. Okay, and I saw this earlier. Okay, Angela Jolie has entered the chat and she has something to say. Angela Jolie has a daughter currently, an Ethiopian daughter that is attending my alma mater, Spelman College in Atlanta. They made a big deal about her, attending, and Angelina was there for homecoming. They did like a lot of press about that. But Angelina Jolie has entered the chat. Angelina Jolie has this to say in 2007 on Madonna adopting David. Angelina Jolie rips Madonna's third world adoption, but feels bad Madonna has taken a beating in the press. Jolie, a leader in the celebrity adoption movement, tells French magazine Gala that Madonna's planned adoption of Malawian toddler David Banda is illegal. Wow, Angelina, are you friends? Because friends like these, dang. Okay, personally, I prefer to stay on the right side of the law, Jolie said, as reported via London's Daily Mail. I would never take a child away from a place where adoption is illegal. Madonna knew the situation in Malawi, where he was born. It's a country where there is no real legal framework for adoption. So this is like they don't have the framework because nations do not expect people, white women from Hollywood, to come and take their children. So they don't have legal framework for this kind of stuff. Madonna and husband Guy Ritchie had been accused of using their wealth and fame to skirt the laws or non-laws in the impoverished country. That's the key word, the impoverished country. Still, I have been horrified by the attacks she's been subjected to. All that should count is the happiness of her little David, Jolie said per Britain's Telegraph. We don't care that Jolie is feeling horrified. It's a horrifying situation. And she said it herself, it's not legal. So how is she going to feel bad for Madonna? I mean, wow. Talk about twisted. Okay, so just so you know, up to the moment, I want to show you all something that Madam Expiration Date did. I have to stop the screen. All right, so what do you all think? I mean, we're going to judge this. This needs to be judged, doesn't it? Let me just go back to my slides. Yeah, this is... All right, Madonna has, like I said, let me go. I'm going to do this in real time. Okay, Madonna's Instagram, we're looking at it right now. Okay, you can go if you have your phone or device and you want to follow along just so you see what she did as of today. If you go to Madonna's Instagram account and you look at her post, she has 3 posts. She has scrubbed her Instagram. And what she has a reel, and she has, as you see here, 2 ads for her 4 decades Madonna, the Celebration Tour. And like somebody said, this is very filled with coding. Me and Girl Code are going to have a debrief about this because I know my sissy is going to find a lot here. But it's very strange. She says, "Come to the party." So let's see. I'm gonna see what this reel is. It's
Amy Schumer. Oh, truth or dare? Dare, bitch. I want you to show me with this spread how you lick your husband's asshole.
oh, sorry everybody. Madonna has like a gold tooth like this. This is Amy Schumer.
I dare you to do a world tour and play your greatest motherfucking hits. 4 decades? Yeah, bitch. As in 40 years? Fuck yeah. We're talking open in your heart. We're talking tropical on the island breeze. All of nature wild and free.
This is so ghoulish. This is the I wish I could play it for you. Okay, so she's sitting around a table with a lot of people. And it's really foul. Yes, Teresita, I'm sorry. I didn't know that they were going to say that. But you know how Amy Schumer is. This is Chuck Schumer's niece. They're disgusting, okay? So I wanted to let you know that since this has broke in terms of the pressure is getting harder here, Madonna scrubbed her Instagool, and I'm saying years. And for those who've been following and looking at her Instagool, I know you're shocked. I can't wait to see what Paul Romano says about this because he knows more than anyone that Madonna put a lot of content on Instagool. She had so many reels, so much content. Back in 2020, she was doing this weird thing with this typewriter. Like, remember they were coded like these things about the typewriters, the fully manual typewriters. She was like, she had one and she was doing all this like deep philosophical, like she was doing poetry to like jazz music, and it was, you know what I'm talking about. She had a lot of that going on. I mean, tons and tons of content. For her to take her account down to 3, something has definitely shifted. And so I wanted to show you that this is what you can find also. And if you have, again, looked at her stuff, you'll know. Now, I don't normally write comments, on a celebrity's Instagram. I'm not even following Madonna, but I just felt the need to say something. And if you're on there, you might see my comment. I said, "Hey, Madonna, I used to rock to you growing up. Now I'm about to look deeply into what you're doing to children from Africa. You're not above God's natural law, and your money is no protection." So We Are the Wild gave me like some love, and someone else there, FHF. And then someone asked, what did she do? Because, not everybody is, in the know of this stuff. And then it's always going to be, I titled this slide Reprobate Apologist in 1, 2, 3. So you start getting the people who are going to be the apologists for these reprobate degenerates. So someone says, Ban Banks says, at Jenny the John, building a hospital and a school and adopting 4 starving children is a crime. And then Rick L. Barron says, Jenny the John, God's natural law. People are just so ignorant. And he's got laughing emojis. Hey, Rickle Barron, I'm not talking about God with a lowercase g. So yeah, you are ignorant. I'm talking about the same God that you're going to have to bend your knee to one day. And let's hear how ignorant. So somebody by the name of Tassie Farrow, I always like when someone helps you out. But this is light lifting. I mean, this is nothing. We've been used to being trolled and whatever on in social media. So Tassie Farrow says child abuse is a crime. And I answered, I said she illegally took children from their family. There's a lot of data on Twitter. And oh, wait a minute. Sorry. I went too far. Back to Jess's. Okay. I said she illegally took children. Oh, there's a lot of data on Twitter. And I answered Rickle Barron when he said, God's natural law, he asked. And I was like, people are so ignorant. I said, how so, Einstein? And then I said, the adoptions were not legal. Taking advantage of poor people that can't fight in the courts is hardly noble. And I said, their parents want them back. So, this is one of those things that this is a person who is not fit to adopt children from anywhere, even pretend children. She's not fit. And I'm just saddened that things happen in these countries. I don't know where to point a finger, but I wish these African nations would stop allowing this. I really wish that they would stop it immediately. All adoptions. I hope it's true. I don't know if you can still adopt out of these nations. It needs to stop, period. We need more pressure put on this situation. I hope you will share this video. I know it's long as ever, but I'm appreciating you for staying for the long course here. And I'm going to keep up with this story to see what is really going on here. Let me see what you all think. I think that was all I wanted to share. Let's see. Okay, we listened to the girl, on TikTok. She did a good job summing it up. Let's see, Girl Code, what are you saying? Yes, they say she like the Italian food. And what else? Somebody is saying oh my God, heroin. Hey, Joyful for Jesus, Steph. She looks soulless. I mean, the look is everywhere. I mean, you can see she does a lot of powerful filters, I know. And when you really look at, sometimes the filter shifts and you get a good look at what she looks like. But let's see. I got a good quote. When sleeping women wake, mountains move. We need to call out the toxic femininity, because remember Madonna, let me write that quote down. I want to put that on the screen. When sleeping women wake, mountains move. This is why this is a call to action, especially for women. Women, we must call this out. We need more voices. We have to call out the toxic femininity, this feminist movement. We can see if maybe I'll do another deep dive on Madonna. I think for the most part, you can see she is the whore of Babylon. The fact that she's named Madonna it's a lot to that. But she has been like the whore of Babylon. She degraded our culture. She has led a movement of whoredom. Remember that she kissed at an award ceremony. She kissed Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera, gave them kisses on the stage, all the shock and awe. She did a Egyptian weird, ritualistic dance for another Super Bowl ceremony. She's been caught up in this Kabbalah. She has an alter ego named Madge. They raise a lot of questions in these threads about the connection to Kabbalah and this deep, whatever satanic sect and research and study off of the Jewish. It's a Jewish offshoot, and there's a lot connected with a lot of the stuff, the content that's been shared. And I think the court of public opinion as we move forward is very important. Oh, Madam X, that's right. That's another alter ego, Madam X. I forgot about that one. Yeah, these things are serious. These are demons, and these are people that practice the deep occultic, the satanic side of it, like very satanic. And they do these things in the open. Oh my goodness, Tenye, thank you so much for the super chat. 1111. You are amazing, Professor Jen. Thank you. Bravo. I hate toxic thank you. We don't like toxic femininity, and we will call it out. Yes, I'm so glad I have other people with me, and we're going to expose this dark side of being a woman. And it doesn't serve us in any way. It has hurt us. Now we're being replaced. And it's just a sick thing that's going on. Madonna, who has now influenced this boy, David, to now dress as a woman. And just, it's a lot going on. I remember seeing some of their little reels, and they're all dancing, and she has them like performance, like pets or something. I never liked this. Like, get out there and dance. I don't like that kind of stuff, by the way, people. I'm kind of sensitive to like how things like that are really like, I don't dig that. They're out there dancing, like they're her pets. And it looks very bad that she claims she connected them to their culture. Well, if she did, David Banda wouldn't be wearing women's clothing, because his culture is a culture that has a very traditional family. Okay. And to raise him in this very sick culture of America, and these other children, you could look at her Instagram and see she was raising them like it was a do what you want type of environment. She's dating men that are 20-year-olds and stuff. They're watching debauchery. They are, I don't know what, I've heard all kinds of things that could be going on. But it's very disturbing. It's very dark, sinister, wicked, bad. She should not have these children. They need to go back to their homes. The grandmother died without seeing, but there's a father. There's other family, I'm sure. But this is not good. This is not good. And I sure hope, let me put that back, that the sleeping women will wake up. We have to wake up, women. We have to call this out. And we have to do something. Sean said, when sleeping women fart, their husbands laugh. Of course you said that, Sean. So yes, when sleeping women wake, mountains move. And we have to wake up. We have to get back to the natural compassion and care, having emotional intelligence as women. And Madonna, I mean, to roll back all the damage she's done to our culture, I don't even know where to start. But we have to start somewhere. She doesn't have a moral character, and it's okay to call it out. She is a degraded, degenerate whore, and she should not have adopted children, period. So the authorities and the people of Malawi, you dropped the ball. Whoever dropped the ball, you need to be taken to justice for allowing those children to leave that nation. Because I have a lot of questions. So yeah, she's been a powerful force of corruption of our culture. Yep. So there it is. I might have bopped to your music, Madonna, but I do not stand by anything that you're doing. Not one thing. I think this is sick. And it reminds me of a book that I heard of. I haven't read it yet. It's called They Were Her Property. It was about women slave masters. And they say it's a pretty deep read, but I have yet to read it. But this makes me think of that. It really does. It really makes me think. Oh, time will tell. Thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Teresita says, send him back. They will help change him back to life. Yep, getting him away from satanic life. Amen. You know, his father is a farmer. You all know my heart, and I believe that getting back into natural living and cycles, that he needs to be back on a rhythm, and his culture, everything, and just helping his father, you know, meeting a Malawian girl, you know, having a family. And it's sick what's happening, but it can be reversed. It really can. She's been degenerate, Tenye says, ever since she's been singing like a virgin, touched for the very first time. Yeah, you know, it's subversion that's done with a nice beat, and it slowly corrodes, and it just has poison. She's a poison, and she's a cancer. And she must be destroyed. She must be destroyed. So yeah, everybody, I don't know, what is your judgment call for this? What are you all thinking? Because this is the court of public opinion. I say she must be destroyed. That's my judgment. Okay. She must be destroyed. Yep, I have no mercy. Ironically, I don't have mercy for children, people that harm children. They do not get my mercy. I don't know why. A lot of them they don't feel any repentance. Like someone like her, I don't even know the extent, but she is very toxic. So keep me posted if any of you have. I'm not writing in my field notes, everyone. I think I've finished all my little notes that I wanted to share. Mish said she gets this spoon, right? D Nice says destroy. Right? What about all those robots that Elon said they want to destroy people? Put them in a hole, put them on an island. Maybe they could go to Epstein Island and put those robot dogs and everything and have them have vaccines and boosters, the dogs, and they have to hunt them down on the island. Like a whole bunch of robots, right? Just put them on Epstein Island with robots and drones and everything, right? And tell the AI what they've done to the children, and let them just take care of it. Because I think the robots would even have like a sense of justice, huh? Millstones. There you are, Michelle Bear. We need a nice supply of millstones. Everybody, like Oprah said, you get a millstone, you get a millstone, and you get a millstone, Oprah. Yes, you get one too. Yes, Isabel, thank you. I just love this soiree. Ma chérie. Did I say that right? All right, so thank you all. I'm going to get together with our sister Girl Code and figure some stuff out. I want to thank again Frank from the NPC show for giving me the idea. I know I didn't go through the entire thread, but you all, if you head over to Twitter to Natalie, you can read through. It's a lot there, okay? And Frank he put a nice, like I said, a nice report today. You're welcome. You're welcome, Juan and Isabel. I love you all. Matrix Free, how's it going? Let's see. Matrix Free is saying the overlords want to go into Africa in a big way to harvest everything possible. Needed a white lady figure to look nice, just like, oh, is it Megan? Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a whole dive right there, right? The whole Meghan Markle. I haven't gotten into that yet. There you go. The court of public opinion has spoken. This is a big spoon issue. Madonna, we got you. We got you, sis. We got you. This is a big spoon that you get, Madonna. A big spoon of justice, right? For her. So Ernestina's here. Wow, Ernestina. You're welcome. Yeah, they treat them like accessories. Oh, by the way, Madonna was in Balenciaga. Surprise, right? Are we surprised? Balenciaga. That should be their new campaign. Balenciaga. The fashion for pedophiles. All right. So yes, there it is. Anybody wearing Balenciaga? I bet they're not going to wear Balenciaga in public, don't you? That's interesting how that happened, isn't it? But we got the spoonful of justice here. Big justice coming. Big justice. Madonna, we see you. We see you. But more importantly, God sees what you have done. And you are not above his natural law. Your money will not protect you. You cannot go into other nations and break natural law. I don't care how many lawyers, every one of your lawyers is going to be judged along with you. All of you. As they say in Philadelphia, all of yous that did this. The devil wears Balenciaga and Prada. All right. So I love it that you were here with me. I love you, Joyful. I love that you're so, I can't be anything but outspoken. Okay. We need more voices. We need to apply pressure. Madonna should not be able to come out of the house with that mug. We should never see her in public feeling comfortable, okay? And she needs to return those children, every last one of them, back to their nations because they need to be healed from what Madonna has done to their psychological health. They need to be deprogrammed and they need to get back into a natural rhythm. Her money has been corrupted. And it corrupted these children. That does not make her, it doesn't make her an upright person to adopt children just because she has money. They showed her private jet when she took the children out of the nation. You know, it's like not cool. All right. So I will see you all soon. All right. And we'll figure this out more and more. But go ahead and support all of those people that are bringing this to the light of day. And again, please ask if you follow certain people that you know they have a big platform. They do great work. Just let's suggest that they look into this and we get more great research into these issues. Okay. All right. Love you too. Love you, Tina. Everybody, thanks again. If I missed you, just the thought, hey, she looks like an evil step. Yes, definitely. All right. But I will check in with you real soon. And yeah, new information. I'll just drop it on somewhere, Twitter, whatever. Okay. All right. Take care. Bye. Thanks.